Daniel Dubois in the form of his career. He's coming off the best victories of his career. You know, the tide he's on at the moment is very high. You know, the victories over Jarrell Miller, over Filip Hrgovic, and over Anthony Joshua, the resounding victories are massive and huge, you know, things that he can achieve. But it's a completely different face he's facing now. For me, I think, listen, Daniel Dubois has a puncher's chance in this fight. There's no denying that. I think for 4 rounds, Daniel Dubois is live and dangerous. After 4 rounds pass, that's when Daniel Dubois starts getting asked questions. And as we've seen in the past, them questions, you know, don't usually get answered. But they have to take that confidence from him first. Daniel Dubois is a confidence fighter. He's a flat track bully. He's a front foot fighter. When it's going his way, he's one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the world.
Tony Bellew has just broken down the fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Tony Bellew said Oleksandr Usyk is not past his best and has not taken on more than he can handle. He explained that Usyk has already faced every kind of opponent, both in his own division and in higher ones. Bellew believes Usyk has dealt with all sizes and styles, so Daniel Dubois will not bring any surprises. However, he added that this is the strongest and most improved version of Dubois that Usyk has ever faced, which could make the fight more challenging than before.
I've heard that one before, Jim, if I'm being totally honest, when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk being past his best, or has he bitten off more than he can chew. This guy's faced every style, this guy's faced every size you can possibly imagine. There's not a style or a size he hasn't faced, really, within his division and out of his division. So I don't see Daniel Dubois posing many new problems. What I do see is this is the best version of Daniel Dubois that he's faced. So
Tony Bellew said Daniel Dubois is in the best shape of his career, coming off big wins over Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, and Anthony Joshua. He has strong momentum and big goals ahead, but Bellew pointed out that Usyk is a different kind of fighter, someone who cannot be bullied or controlled, and that could be where Dubois starts to face real trouble in the fight.
Daniel Dubois in the form of his career. He's coming off the best victories of his career. You know, the tide he's on at the moment is very high. You know, the victories over Jarrell Miller, over Filip Hrgovic, and over Anthony Joshua, the resounding victories are massive and huge, you know, things that he can achieve. But it's a completely different face he's facing in Oleksandr Usyk. This is someone who's conquered him before. And this is not somebody who can be bullied. This is not somebody who can be intimidated. This is not somebody who can be dictated to. And I think that's where Daniel will struggle.
Harlem Eubank said Daniel Dubois is the kind of fighter who truly believes in himself and shows no fear. That kind of mindset is important when facing someone like Oleksandr Usyk. Many fighters worry too much about Usyk's skills, but Eubank believes confidence and pressure are key. He said if Dubois uses his size, power, and keeps pushing forward like an old school fighter without getting into a technical fight, he has a real chance to win.
I think Daniel, he's the type of fighter, he's got that belief, he's not scared of anything that's in front of him, and that is something that will hold you in good stead going into a fight against Usyk, because a lot of people that go into an Usyk fight, they're accounting for loads of different things, and I think with Usyk, you almost just need to have that belief to go at them with heavy hands, with weight advantage. I think that's one of the things that Derek Chisora, as he was saying, done well. He's kind of an old kind of school type of fighter. He's going to ride shots. He's going to use his weight. He's going to put pressure on in different ways. And I think if Daniel can do that and not stand off and have a technical exchange.
Harlem Eubank said he has to pick Oleksandr Usyk to win because of his high skill level and the impressive things he has done against top heavyweight fighters. Usyk's experience, movement, and boxing IQ make him a tough opponent for anyone. Still, Eubank admitted that Daniel Dubois has a very live chance in this matchup. He believes Dubois should not be overlooked, especially with his power and confidence going into the fight.
Then he has a solid chance in the fight.
Who are you picking him?
I think I have to pick Usyk because of the ability and what he's done in there with the heavyweights. But Daniel is has a very live chance in this fight.
Oladipo said he believes Daniel Dubois will land a shot on Oleksandr Usyk, and if he does, it could hurt him. He shared that he has seen Dubois train behind the scenes and believes this is the best version of Dubois ever, both mentally and physically. In contrast, Oladipo does not think this is the best version of Usyk. At 38 years old, he believes Usyk cannot be at his peak anymore.
Like, I can't see Daniel not catching Usyk. And if he catches Usyk, could hurt him. Could hurt him. I've watched him spar. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff. I've peeked behind the curtain, if you like. And he is in incredible shape. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, this is the best version of Daniel Dubois there's ever been. This simply isn't the best version of Oleksandr Usyk. It can't be, it isn't. Go and argue with yourself. It's not. You can't be the best version of yourself at 38. No matter how you live the life. I don't care if you are a nun. I don't care if you've never taken a drop of alcohol. I don't care if you've never had a tough fight in your life. 38 is 38.
Tony Bellew said Daniel Dubois has a puncher's chance and is dangerous in the first 4 rounds. But once the early rounds pass, Dubois starts to struggle when pressure builds. Bellew called him a confidence fighter who performs well when things go his way. However, when he gets hit back and asked tough questions, he often fades. Bellew thinks it's a good fight, but expects Oleksandr Usyk to win clearly.
For me, I think, listen, Daniel Dubois has a puncher's chance in this fight. There's no denying that. I think for 4 rounds, Daniel Dubois is live and dangerous. After 4 rounds pass, that's when Daniel Dubois starts getting asked questions. And as we've seen in the past, them questions, you know, don't usually get answered. But they have to take that confidence from him first. Daniel Dubois is a confidence fighter. He's a flat track bully. He's a front foot fighter. When it's going his way, he's one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the world. But as I've said before, once them first 4 or 5 rounds pass and he's taking shots back and he's being asked questions, we've seen what can happen. So it's an intriguing fight, but it's one that I see Oleksandr Usyk winning and winning well.
Tony Bellew said this fight is happening because Usyk felt disrespected when Daniel Dubois jumped in the ring after the Fury rematch asking for a chance. Dubois is full of belief after beating Anthony Joshua, and that win has taken his confidence to a new level. Bellew believes Dubois is so focused and determined now that he won't even think about the first fight with Usyk. All he sees is another knockout at Wembley.
It's just, you know, I think this fight's only happening. I don't think he personally likes Daniel Dubois. Well, I know he doesn't like Daniel Dubois. I think he feels very disrespected the way he jumps in the ring after the Fury 2 fight, and you know, I want my chance, I want this, I want that. And you know, Daniel Dubois flying high at the moment. The win over AJ is put him on a whole new stratosphere, and it's given him so much confidence. I'm so determined. Daniel Dubois is so determined that he won't even think about the last Usyk fight. It won't even be in his memory. As far as Daniel Dubois is concerned, all as Daniel Dubois will be so tunnel visioned, in my opinion, that he will just think, I've knocked out AJ at Wembley, I'm coming back to Wembley to knock out Oleksandr Usyk. He won't even have thoughts of the first fight.
Gareth A. Davies said Daniel Dubois is now more dangerous than ever and could be the most powerful puncher among heavyweights. After spending time with him in training, Davies noticed how relaxed and happy Dubois seemed, which he feels adds to his threat. While Usyk did stop Dubois in their first fight with a debated body shot, Davies pointed out that Usyk is now 38, and the rematch brings new challenges Usyk must handle.
Yes, Daniel Dubois is more dangerous than he was. Yes, he's probably the most dangerous puncher in the heavyweight division. I went into camp with him recently up on the farm, and I was very impressed with him when I sat down. He's more open than I've ever known him before. Happier, a very happy fighter. And if he's happy, he's dangerous. I think Usyk, as you say, was 31 in January. 38 in January. 38. He'd be happy to be 31. 38 in January. So you ride all the factors at the moment, disregarding what happened in the first fight, that Usyk dominated on points, obviously, and stopped Daniel, I think it was in the 9th, wasn't it? Yeah. Having been felled by what I consider to be a borderline low blow as well.
Furthermore, Davies said Daniel Dubois will likely start fast and be a serious threat in the opening 5 rounds. He praised Dubois' growth, crediting his maturity, and trainer Don Charles for shaping his mindset and style. Davies also pointed to Dubois' strong promotion and big win over Anthony Joshua as proof of his progress. He warned that if Usyk shows any decline, he could be hurt early, even though a points win for Dubois seems unlikely.
There are many factors which would indicate that Dubois will be dangerous early in this fight. He will go for it. There's no doubt about it. As I say, I was very impressed being around him. Don Charles is great for him. There's a maturity about Daniel Dubois we've not seen before. He carried the promotion brilliantly against Anthony Joshua last September and delivered on the night in droves. I think he's dangerous early in this fight. He's dangerous for 5 rounds again. If Usyk ages overnight, he could get beaten up in the fight. You can't rule anything out in this fight. He could drop Usyk early, but Usyk refuses to give up and Dubois wins on points. You don't know what's going to happen. It's not the most likely outcome, Dubois winning on points.
In conclusion, Gareth A. Davies said he still leans toward Usyk winning as long as he continues to show the same skill, discipline, and control that have defined his career. He praised Usyk's unbeaten record in 2 weight classes and placed him among the heavyweight greats. With an Olympic gold and major victories behind him, Usyk remains elite, though Davies warned that Dubois' early power makes him a real threat in the first few rounds.
But I think Usyk still wins this if he's on the kind of form and the kind of skill level and ring generalship that he's shown so far in his career. Obviously undefeated as a cruiserweight, undefeated as a heavyweight, top 10 pound for pound pantheon in my view in the heavyweight division of all time. I think he's produced incredible results since winning Olympic gold as well. But I think Dubois will be dangerous for 5 rounds. That's my reading of it.
Tony Bellew said Oleksandr Usyk will need to break Daniel Dubois down again by taking away his confidence and will. He believes Usyk can do it, though it might not be as easy as the first fight. Bellew thinks Usyk could be knocked down for the first time by a clean shot, but will recover and take control. He predicts Usyk will stop Dubois between rounds 8 and 12 after breaking him down following round 6.
Oleksandr Usyk is going to have to beat them into him again. And he's going to have to take his confidence and take his will. Can he do it? Yes, I think he can. Will it be as easy as last time? Maybe not. I think this might be the first time Oleksandr Usyk's ever had to climb off the floor. Off a headshot. I think he may have to climb off the floor, and I think he rides out a storm. But I think he gets the job done. And I think he stops him probably between round 8 and 12. But I do see Daniel Dubois at the most confident he's ever been. I do think he's a seriously dangerous fighter, but I think that confidence will be taken after round 6, and then he will be a target from rounds 6 to 9, and then if he lasts out to 12, fair play to him, but I don't think he will. It'll be too much.
Dave Coldwell believes Daniel Dubois is heading into a possible rematch with a strong and clear mindset. He sees a fighter full of belief and purpose. Coldwell noted that Oleksandr Usyk is now older and has been through hard battles, particularly with Tyson Fury, which may have taken a toll. Still, he warned against doubting Usyk, calling him a rare fighter with a sharp skill set who knows how to handle big moments under pressure.
Good fight. Where Dubois is now, he's very confident, very bullish. But Usyk's older, he's had more wear and tear. The fights with Fury have taken a lot out of him. Don't underestimate that. But Usyk's he's a different animal. He's a different animal. And ultimately, you got to remember, take away that one shot, whether you thought it was low or not, that one bit of drama, take away that. Yes, Usyk had a couple of uncomfortable moments early doors, but he does always. But he knows how to ride him out. And ultimately, he stopped Daniel Dubois. Don't forget, he stopped him. He didn't just ping away at him and beat him on points. He stopped him.
Coldwell pointed out that in their first meeting, even when Usyk had some trouble early on, he stayed calm and eventually finished the fight with authority. In the second fight, Coldwell said the biggest question would be how much Usyk still has left in him, both physically and mentally. With many difficult rounds behind him, Usyk's condition could matter more than anything. Still, Coldwell sees Usyk's ring intelligence and experience as serious advantages.
So, I wouldn't put it past Usyk pulling it off. I think it's a real intriguing fight. I just think it depends. It's all about what Usyk's got left. That's what I think. It's all about what Usyk's got left.
Joe Rogan shared his view that Daniel Dubois is entering his prime at age 27 and is becoming a dangerous contender in the heavyweight division. Rogan described him as a fierce fighter, not just because of his punching power, but because of the way he keeps moving forward and applies constant pressure. He recalled Dubois' aggressive performance against Anthony Joshua and said it quickly became clear Joshua couldn't match that intensity.
Dubois is coming into his own, man. That's what that is. He's only like 27, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming into his. That guy's fucking scary. He's dangerous.
Biggest
The
dog.
aggression, too. Man, he was so aggressive. He was just in the pocket constantly, just forcing Joshua to go to war. It was wild.
Carl Frampton called the rematch between Dubois and Usyk a strong matchup. He feels Dubois has grown and improved since their last fight and now looks like a bigger threat. Frampton remembered that Dubois had some success in the first fight and was frustrated by how it ended. He thinks Dubois has a better chance now, but also admitted he won't bet against Usyk again. He called Usyk a boxing genius who adjusts to every opponent and always finds a way to win.
Really, really good fight. Dubois is a better fighter now than he was in the first fight, and he looked okay for periods in the first fight. Disappointed with how it ended as well, but Crawford, flip me, talking with the wrong fighters again. Dubois is certainly a much more dangerous fighter than he was. So he does have a chance to win the fight, but in saying that, I've backed against Usyk a couple of times, and specifically the Fury fights. I don't think I'm ever going to back against him again. I think the guy's a genius and he just finds a way. I don't even think he was in the fights with a game plan. He figures people out as the fight goes on. And yeah, Daniel has a better chance, but don't back against Usyk. I think Usyk wins the fight.
Chris Eubank Jr. said Daniel Dubois is on a strong streak, especially after his big win against Joshua. He also pointed out that Usyk has momentum on his side, so both men are heading into the fight in great form. Eubank said the winner will be the one who keeps a cool head, stays focused under pressure, and shows greater mental strength when it counts most.
I think Daniel Dubois, he's on a roll. He's coming off of a massive win against AJ. Usyk's also on a massive roll, so I think that fight's going to come down to mindset.
Duke McKenzie gave credit to Dubois for improving, but still thinks he would lose in a rematch with Usyk. He believes Usyk would outbox Dubois again and might even stop him. McKenzie compared Usyk to a top-level footballer in the Premier League and said the others, including Dubois, are still trying to catch up. While he respects Dubois and sees a bright future for him, McKenzie does not think he has what it takes to beat Usyk.
Just tell me, head on the block now, does Dubois do it second time against Usyk? He gets outboxed, yeah?
He gets outboxed again.
Does he get stopped?
Quite potentially, sure. Nobody's beaten Oleksandr Usyk. I don't want to make it sound too cliche, but for me, where heavyweight boxing is concerned, he's head and shoulder. He's Premier League and everybody else is First Division. As much as I like Dubois, and Dubois is improving all the time, still not got what it takes in my eyes to beat Usyk.
And finally,
beats everyone else, sir.
Yeah, he does.
Teddy Atlas had strong praise for both fighters, but especially for Usyk, whom he considers a special man as well as a skilled boxer. Atlas admired Usyk's strength during the war in Ukraine, noting that he continued training and performing at the highest level despite the personal stress. Atlas said Usyk's mental strength during this time is as impressive as anything he's done in the ring.
All right, I'll start with this. I love both guys. I have respect for both guys. And look, we're close to Usyk, so I'm not going to hide that. And I think a lot of both of them as men, forget about fighters, as men, I think a lot of Usyk, the man he is, what he's done really for his country, to really fight during the pressure of his country being torn apart and invaded by another country, by Russia, and to fight during those times and that going on in his country with his people, and just, like I said, just destroying what he loves.
Atlas also praised Dubois, both for his talent and his personal growth. He spoke about Dubois' past struggles, including the eye injury against Joe Joyce and the disputed body shot from Usyk, and how those moments tested him. Atlas explained that true champions rise through adversity, and Dubois seems to be doing just that. He believes Dubois has grown not just as a fighter, but as a person, and that his recent fights show he's motivated by more than money. He's fighting to reclaim pride and prove something deep inside himself.
I also have a lot of respect for Dubois, for the man he is and what he's become. That he fell apart in 2 fights. Yeah, different things happen, I get it, but physical things happen in the fight with Joyce, and then in the fight with Usyk, where Usyk, some people think that it should have been a punch to the body, it shouldn't have been a breakage and a stoppage, and that it changed the fight. The bottom line was, at the end of the day, in both Joyce, it's about overcoming. Boxing and fighting is about over. Yeah, it's look up the definition of in Webster's of boxing, fighting. I don't know what you're going to find exactly. Marcus of Queensberry rules, putting gloves on, pugilism. For me, the definition of fighting is overcoming. That's it. Overcoming. To be a champion, somewhere along the line, you got to find a way to overcome. And Dubois found that. Yeah, he gave in. I thought he gave in. He broke down. Mentally, emotionally, whatever you want to call it, physically. But I think more mentally in both the Joyce fight and Usyk fight. But he came back. He redeemed himself. And he did what you said. He fought those 3 tough fights. And those fights, I think he would have fought them for free. At least the first 2. Because it was about redeeming himself. It wasn't about getting paid. It was about finding out who he was. Finding out what kind of man he was. It was really about living the rest of his life with pride instead of the opposite, with some shame. It was really about being able to get up every day and go outside and feel good about who walks outside on the road and what people are going to see. It was really about looking in the mirror and liking what was looking back at him.
Simon Jordan said he believes this is Dubois' time. He called him a true warrior who deserves all the praise he's receiving. Jordan admired how Dubois carried himself with confidence when he stepped into Wembley, like someone ready for war. He noted Dubois is maturing both in the ring and in front of the media. As the July 19th fight approaches, Jordan expects a thrilling event and said Dubois must go for the knockout because he doubts a points win is realistic.
I said it to Oleksandr Usyk, and there's no favoritism here. I think it's Daniel Dubois' time. I think he's a ferocious
I have to agree with
beast. Yeah, absolutely. and I think he deserves all the plaudits. I think what walked into Wembley Stadium was an absolute gladiator, and I'm thrilled for him that he's coming out of himself, growing as a man, becoming more worldly and able to communicate with the media, and I think it's going to be a fabulous fight. Do you
believe that he can get it done inside the distance?
I think he has to get it done inside the distance.
Yeah. You don't think he can win on points?
I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely. But whatever, July 19th, brilliant fight.
Frank Warren spoke with confidence about the rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois, pointing to their shared history and Usyk's dominance over British opponents. However, he believes Usyk showed signs of weakness in their first meeting and that Dubois has grown from the experience. With all 4 heavyweight titles on the line, Warren sees this as a major chance for British boxing, and after nearly 50 years in the sport, he believes Dubois unifying the belts would be a historic achievement.
And I knew his style would beat him. And that's how it turned out. So it was a very, very special night.
Obviously, Oleksandr Usyk quite a different stylistic proposition than Anthony Joshua.
It is, but they know each other. They've been in the ring together. They shared a ring together. I know he can hurt him. I know that Usyk, who I've got great admiration for. He's beaten every British fighter that he's been in with. But I believe that he has weaknesses, and it was nearly exploited in that first fight. I mean, that's the punch I always felt would give him problems. So Daniel knows what he's got to do in this next fight, and it's going to be a great fight. And as I said, it's historical because of the belts and so forth. And if he comes through that, how bad is that? 48 years I've been doing this now. I mean, for him to come through and do that, heavyweight champion, and I've had...
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about their rematch? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our other videos on the screen right now.